But now, it's time for the thing you've all come here to see today. The magnificent, world-famous London Bridge. The magnificent, world-famous London Bridge is directly behind us. Just not underneath it. Yeah, that rather dull-looking concrete bridge behind us was London Bridge. The bridge ahead of us is Tower Bridge. But don't worry, get them mixed up. You can even Google images. If you Google London Bridge, it will just show you pictures of Tower Bridge. Also, the singer, Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas, remember her? She released a solo single in 2006 titled London Bridge. But in the music video, she's twerking away on Tower Bridge. Nice one, Fergie. Now, this next thing I want to point out is a little hard to see right now, as it is currently in camouflage. But if you look very closely, coming up on our right, you may be able to see an 11,500-ton battle cruiser. This is HMS Belfast. Played a really significant part during World War II. It assisted in sinking the German battleship, the Scharnhorst, and it was one of the first ships to fire the D-Day landings. The guns at the front of the ship could fire a distance of 12 miles. They keep those guns permanently positioned today to score a direct hit at the M1 Gateway service station in Scratchwood. Exactly why we don't know, but sure enough they are. Apparently HMS Belfast is haunted by a cat. Cat's named Frankenstein. During the war, it was the ship's cat, was there to keep the sailors company. Frankenstein sadly died, but if you go on Belfast today, sometimes you can feel something brush past your leg, turn around, nothing there. Apparently this boat's haunted by a couple of cats as well. I've not seen them, but do keep an eye out. But now, we are now approaching Tower Bridge. I'll move to the back of the boat so you can get a clear photo of the bridge without me in it. So once again, please do stay seated if you want to take any photos. We'll ensure everyone behind you can get a good picture too. And most of the Kim Kardashian. So, we're now coming back under the Blackfriars Bridges once again. It was established by William the Conqueror, completed by William II in the year 1100, and it's had many, many functions since then. It's been used as a royal mint, an observatory, a zoo, an armoury, a palace, and most notoriously, a place of imprisonment, torture, and execution. Sir Guy Fawkes, the man who tried to blow up Parliament November the 5th, 1605, he was taken to be tortured. On him they used all manner of medieval torture equipment, using the rack, the thumbscrews, a pear. We don't know where this is a pear. Perhaps one of the most gruesome stories associated with the tower is that of the two princes who mysteriously vanished here. The two princes were locked away inside the tower, mysteriously disappeared, allowing Richard III to ascend to the throne. Many believe that he killed the two princes so that he could take the throne for himself. But we'll never know what really happened. However, a few hundred years later, the bodies of two small skeletons were found within the walls of the tower. Were they the young princes? We may never know, because to this day, will be the first to die. No one really believed it, but sure enough, Wolf Joel himself was the first person to leave that table, and 2 weeks later, he was shot dead. Ever since then, the Savoy have been very keen for that incident not to repeat itself. So if you dine today at the Savoy with a group of 13 people, they will bring out Casper to sit with you, just to round up your numbers to 14. Also, we just passed the oldest thing you'll see on the river today, and that is the Ministry of Defence, the MOD. And it gets the nickname of the iceberg, as what you see of it is just the tip. It is much larger underground than it is above ground. It's got huge underground bunkers, and there are tunnels connecting those bunkers to Downing Street and Parliament, so that in the event of nuclear fallout, all our politicians will be safe. How reassuring. In 1999, when the London Eye was being built, the Ministry of Defence tried to take the London Eye to court, as they were concerned that spies would go on the London Eye and from the very top use telescopes to look across the river, in through the windows, and spy on secret documents. This genuinely went to court, but the court effectively told them, you're the Ministry of Defence, just buy some curtains, which leave it, case closed. So, we will shortly be returning to the pier, but I do ask you all in the meantime to please remain seated. Just while we carry out our docking procedure, get the boat properly tied up, please do stay in your seats, and I will let you know when it is safe to disembark. So stay in your seats until I let you know it's safe to stand. I'm going to end with something a bit spooky again. Over on our right, just to the left of the Ministry of Defence, You have New Scotland Yard, just to the left of it is Old Scotland Yard. Old Scotland Yard were responsible for solving some of London's most high-profile criminal cases. Most notably was that of Jack the Ripper. In 1888, Jack the Ripper carried out his autumn of terror, murdering 5 women across the area. Good morning, wonderful people. Welcome aboard your London Eye River Cruise. Woohoo. If you're wondering where the voice is coming from, turn around up a deck, stuck behind you all waving. Hello. You can scandal your tickets. Hi. Just to reiterate the most important thing you've heard in our safety announcements, while you're on the upper deck, please do stay seated. We've got our excellent Captain Dave in the windlass behind you, steering the vessel. Dave does need to see where he's going. If you're stood up, you'll obscure his view and we might have running with a few bridges, and we don't want that. So please do stay seated whilst you're up here. However, you're more than welcome to take a seat on the lower deck at any point during the journey. Got lots of nice comfy seats downstairs, toilets are down at the back of the boat, and we have our cafe and bar downstairs as well. Do feel free to go grab yourself some snacks, beverages, binoculars, guidebook, alcoholic drinks, all that fun stuff is downstairs. Other very important rule, please do wave at all the people you see on the bridges. Only time in London you can wave at a stranger and get away with that, so please do make the most of it. Just bear in mind, if anyone does wave back to you today, they are also certainly not from London. My name's Jordan, I'm going to be your tour guide for today. What's my colleagues Kim and Stephanie downstairs. If you've got any questions, need any help with anything, just come speak to any one of us. Okay. Who's excited for Halloween tomorrow? I'll try and throw in some spooky facts, any that I can remember. But this is London, someone's died in every single building, so it's all entirely haunted. But as it is nearly Halloween, let's start with some of the most horrifying, blood-sucking creatures in the land. Houses of Parliament, the home of UK government. Now we call this building the New Palace of Westminster, that's its official name. We call it that because there was an old palace. The old palace used to be home to the monarchy up until Henry VIII. He moved to the Palace of Whitehall during his reign and handed the old palace over to government. That established the first medieval Houses of Parliament, and they were on this site up until 1834. In 1834, the Exchequer at the time thought it would be a good idea to burn 2 carts of tally sticks under the floors of the building. He ended up causing a huge fire, burning almost all the medieval buildings down to the ground. During that fire, the citizens of London all gathered on the other side of the river, not to help, but instead to watch and chant, "Burn Parliament, burn." One man was even arrested for excessive cheering. I wonder if the same would happen today. After that fire, we had to have a new home for Parliament, the one you see today. It was designed by a man named Charles Barry, with the Gothic style of architecture. It's completed around 1858. It's a really stunning example of Gothic architecture. Now you can see written records of almost every lord from 1400 onwards kept inside that tower. It's also where we keep all our ballot papers after every general election. The pointed tower in the middle of the building is the central tower. This one was originally used for ventilation for the many fireplaces that formerly heated the building. And it continues to allow a lot of hot air today. And finally, the clock tower at the other end, one of our most famous landmarks in London. I'm sure you can all make a guess at the name of this tower. Big Ben, I hear you shout. I have to tell you that is wrong. Yeah, a couple of you didn't fall into the trap. No, the name of the tower is the Elizabeth Tower, named after honoured Queen Elizabeth. The name Big Ben actually just goes to the third, very nice to his workers, because they all decided to name their very loud and round-shaped bell after him. Let's just be grateful his name wasn't Richard. A lot of restoration work has been going on that clock tower. It's a project which has been going on for over 5 years now. And hopefully it's going to be complete very, very soon.